What's up, Tim, and what's up, the world? My name is MC Josiah. This is another episode of MCJ's Rizzism, and I got here my co-host, Tim.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you, man. How's everything been?
Fantastic. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, I had a really good Christmas.
What did you do? What did you get?
Let me see. So,
what did you give? That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one. So what I got for Christmas was I got a few things, not much, but one, I got a new Android phone to replace my old Android phone.
Which one did you get?
It's a Moto G 2025.
Okay.
$50 phone from Walmart, but it blows my expectations away. Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Cool.
Yeah.
And you worked on beats over Christmas?
Oh, a lot of stuff. We're working hard on my next album, Abstract, trying to get it all like finished and stuff by the goal is to try to have it finished either by the end of February into March, but let's see where it goes, you know what I mean?
That's awesome. You're focused on it.
Yeah, real focused.
Now, you were telling me that you got guitar on one of the tracks.
There's going to be guitar on several of the tracks.
Is that a new thing?
It's not a new thing so much to say, but the way we're doing it's going to be kind of like a different approach. You know what I mean? Because guitar and hip-hop has been done for a long time. Since before I was born. The earliest some of the earliest big hip-hop songs actually bring hip-hop from the block party to the stadium or hip-hop songs with guitar in them.
All right.
Like Run DMC, Beastie Boys, LL Cool J, all them, you know what I mean? They brought in that rock guitar into hip-hop.
Gotcha. So on your album, is it going to be acoustic guitar or electric? Or
mainly
both?
Electric. There might be a little acoustic, like background acoustic rhythms from time to time, but it's mainly just going to be electric blended with synth and organ work, and especially the drum work. Because with this new album, I'm trying to pioneer or kind of create my own subgenre of hip hop in a way.
Okay.
Right now, I'm calling this style og hop.
Og hop.
Yeah. But the best way to describe it is a combination of alternative hip hop, boom bap hip hop, new jack swing, blues rock, and even 40s big band and bebop rockabilly stuff.
That's awesome.
Something that's new, you know what I mean?
So you're incorporating all your fascinations and interests.
Pretty much, yeah. And including fascinations and interests, that's exactly what this episode is going to be about today.
It is, yeah. You're being you.
Being me, man. Being me, yeah. Yeah. And, yeah, I've been this album. I guess you could say this album's been a decade in the work if you think about it, because I've been studying so many different artists as part of my fixation. Because one of my big fixations, even today as a almost middle-aged adult, I'm 28.
Almost middle-aged.
Yeah, almost middle-aged. One of my biggest fixations, in all honesty, is the music, especially hip-hop. Hip-hop is my biggest fixation in music, and my second fixation in music outside of that would be blues and R&B and soul. And I think the last one outside of that would be metal and jazz.
How do you feel about lo-fi?
I don't know too much about lo-fi. Anytime I do hear little samples of it, I really do enjoy it a lot. But most of my stuff's boom bap. I listen to a lot of Rakim, Cool G Rap. I listen to a lot of Slick Rick. Artists that old, artists who were dominating the charts before I was even conceived, you know what I mean?
Back when it was good.
Yeah, back then, the golden age.
Is Sam still in here?
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
Sam, what did you do for Christmas?
I have to use my phone because I wasn't ready. I went to Hawaii.
Hawaii?
With the family.
That was good times.
Yeah, the locals, they don't have a "wah" sound.
Oh, they don't?
FYI.
So
the way they pronounce it is with a "va."
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii. Okay, interesting.
It was really fun.
And you had a good time with the locals.
I had a good time with the locals that I was able to meet. Yep, that one day I got off to where I was able to go spend time with people or meet people rather than hang with the fam.
You got some fresh air.
Yeah.
Check, check.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Switch it over to the microphone.
hot.
Hot mic.
The ocean, the stars, big connection with those things. Amazing on the islands.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's
Chickens
awesome.
everywhere.
Chickens everywhere. Wow.
The modern day dinosaur.
Modern day dinosaur. I remember. That takes me back to when I was a kid and we lived in this neighborhood where these neighbors had a whole bunch of chickens, and I used to like mess with the chickens a lot. I used to like try to build a TV inside their little pen because that's how goofy I was as a kid.
That's what chickens need.
A TV, yeah.
Okay, so fascinations and special
One
interests.
thing I thought interesting about the chickens, and maybe you have to get it if you know Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
On
Chicken
the way-
jockey.
So on the way down there, I watched that movie for the first time on the flight. Planes, long flights have amazing entertainment options now.
They
Great
do.
job, commercial airlines for entertaining us as we were flying for hours and hours. But I watched Minecraft on the way down there, and I thought it was very interesting. We went to 4 different Hawaiian islands. The one with the least amount of chickens running wild was also the island with active volcanic activity.
It's like
So in Minecraft, when you combine chickens and lava, you get... Any of y'all know? It's from the movie.
it's been a while.
It's like one of those basic ingredients. You take a chicken, you take the lava, and you get some kind of roasted chicken out of it.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just
I
like,
remember
well,
that.
that's kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Island with lava has
The least
of
amount.
actual chickens.
Hey, but it does kind of show maybe those chickens are smart to avoid the island with
Well, maybe
volcanic
that's
activity.
what it, right? Is
Yeah.
they avoided it. So as far as fascinations and special interests, my 16-year-old was obsessed with the Minecraft movie
Oh
for
wow.
weeks after he saw it. Like the run up to the opening day, he was all about it, and it just kept going. Like
Did he play it? Was he a gamer of it?
he's played it some, and he knew all the jokes and the chicken jockey, which is like.
Yeah, that's still kind of over my head. It was kind of funny.
Yeah,
but I'm sure it's
I don't
the
get it.
gamers.
I don't get it, but for that generation, him and his age right
Yeah.
now, like there was riots there was people taking chicken jockey to a whole nother, like a really bad level.
Was that the instance in the movie that was making the news for people throwing popcorn everywhere?
Yes. Why?
So they had to
I
start-
don't get why, but
don't
it
get
was a major thing, and people were just taking it to a whole unnecessary,
That sounds like-
inappropriate.
That sounds crazy. And
Almost hooliganistic level of enjoyment.
I personally have not seen the movie, but I did used to play lots of Minecraft, hours of it back when I was a teenager. Like I'd play Minecraft Java Edition on my PC, and then I played hours of Minecraft on my 3DS because they had the new 3DS edition of Minecraft, and
Oh wow!
it was pretty tight. It was like a little miniature version, like Base Up Pocket Edition, but kind of cut down for the 3DS. And now anytime I play Minecraft, it's either on my Android phone or my Switch Lite.
Switch Lite. My son is eager to get a Switch 2.
Eager. That's awesome. I mean,
Like he is obsessed with accumulating points at prime time to get a Switch 2. I understand that the staying on Minecraft just for a moment. I understand from my 16-year-old, that the Minecraft movie did a great job of capturing the essence of Minecraft, the game.
I need to see that then, if that's the case. I really do. I don't.
It's worth watching once.
Yeah. These days, I don't find myself watching many movies
I
and
agree.
stuff.
It's worth watching once.
I agree.
Once was enough for me.
That's classic.
You might enjoy it more having actual game experience with it. You may be in on the jokes. I'd be interested to know when you do watch it what your take is on it, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
My son watched it 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah. 6 times? Yeah, that sounds like a fixation.
You're right.
Yeah, it sounds like me. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch. And that was another thing I wanted to go into is fixations as children as well and where they are. When I was a kid, one of my biggest fixations I had outside of like Hummers, Jeeps, dinosaurs, all that was weather.
Weather.
Yeah, when I was like, before I reached like 10, 11 years old, I used to want to be a meteorologist. And I used to like stay up for hours watching the Weather Channel over and over. I'd watch movies like The Day After Tomorrow on repeat several times in a row, even if it would take all day.
Yeah.
It was just like, I was a big weather guy, and I studied everything about weather. You know, I knew everything. I knew about cold fronts, hurricanes, tornadoes, how air pressure worked, all that stuff, even as a little kid. It was crazy.
Yeah. So my son, every time there's a weather alert
Yeah.
on the radio, you know,
Yeah.
in his mind, there's a tornado or a hurricane, something that's imminent. I'm like, son, it's just an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
But his mind goes to, we're gonna have a tornado because he's watched tornado movies or he's learned something. He's seen something about a tornado. You know, a tornado hundreds of miles away. In his mind, it's like right on our doorstep. So you get a weather alert, and all of a sudden it's like, it's here.
I used to be like that all the time. I remember when I was like 9, 10 years old, we were living in Huntsville at the time, and I would always be watching the weather, be like, oh, it's going to snow, it's going to storm, it's going to this and that. And sometimes it would happen, but other times it'd just be like really insignificant weather, and you just like, I'd be fixated on it. And I remember when we moved, like we lived in Huntsville the first 10 years of my life, and then moved back to Houston where I was born when I was 10, and we were there for Hurricane Ike.
That would scare you.
It didn't.
It didn't scare you? You were all excited about it?
Yeah, I was excited because I wanted to be like Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel.
Did you ever want to be a storm chaser?
Yeah, I did. When I was like 10, 11, up to about 12 years old, I used to just be like, oh, I want to chase tornadoes. I want to go into hurricanes. I want to be like Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel, baby. You know what I mean? It's like that.
I wouldn't mind having one of those Dominator trucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
what you're
where they shoot
talking
the
about.
anchors into the road.
Yeah, and they survive a full-on tornado.
Yeah, they're just sitting riding it.
Yeah, I saw one of that video. It was insane. It was kind of loud too. Like the guy, I can't imagine what those guys' eardrums were probably like afterwards.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Have to have ear protection, I would think, from all the pressure changes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
for sure. As a kid, did you have collections?
When I did, I did have collections. Like I collected artwork I drew, and I drew lots of artwork because that was another fixation I had as a kid. Was I was into drawing art.
My son is very prolific.
Yeah, and I was very, like, up until I stopped drawing art, I was very prolific with it. Like, I drew pictures of SpongeBob, Charlie Brown, stuff like that. And monster trucks, Hummers, Jeeps, even weather. Like, I'd draw pictures of tornadoes, hurricanes. And they were really good at one point. Like, by the time I was, like, 11, 12, I was, like, winning art contests all the time and stuff. And it was going good in my art side of things, at least in my hand-drawn art side of things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My son was into Pokemon, still is into Pokemon, but he
Pokemon Go in?
Yeah.
he did when he was younger, and we'd drive around town hunting Pokemon.
Pokemon Go. I love Pokemon.
Do what?
Nothing, I think my mic died.
Yeah, so he collected Pokemon, and then he started drawing Pokemon, and then he transitioned to OC creations, original creations.
Yeah.
And so he'd he'd take his inspiration from Pokemon and something else, and then make his own characters.
Awesome.
Now at 16, he's into animating his own drawings.
That's
which is
really
pretty rad.
awesome. Yeah.
He has a YouTube channel, about 450 subscribers, and he enjoys the community aspect of the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
And when he animates his stuff, like he'll record his own sound effects and things, but he'll write a script, kind of like you write music.
Yeah.
But then he reaches out to subscribers on YouTube and collabs and has them do voice lines.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
And
real awesome.
they send him voice lines, and then he incorporates them into his animation. For Christmas, I just got him. I'm so proud of him. And it was time to upgrade his tools.
Yeah.
From iPad 5th gen to an iPad Air.
iPad Air. Wow, that's real awesome.
Got him a mid-level iPad, and he hasn't got to use it yet because we don't want to. We're doing the transition slow because we don't want him to lose any of his apps or his
Doesn't it mirror
his
it?
creations. Well, the deal is that he's currently on Grandma's account, and she wants him to have his own.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
You know, you can add him as a child to your family plan. You can set up a family account.
We're an Android family.
Oh, well, but you still have an iPad Air, right?
We have an iPad Air.
So you have an Apple account somewhere, right?
Well, we just got it, so
You've never set up an Apple account for yourself?
I don't believe so.
Oh. Well, I can help you with that. And we can set you up as a parental account and set his up as a sub-account under yours, so any purchases need to go through approval of you.
Awesome.
You can also have parental controls, like set parental controls on it. I've also heard a story recently of a father who realized his daughter might have been kidnapped, and so he immediately pulled up her phone, used the parental tracking feature, and recovered her.
Nice.
Wow.
Way to go, Apple.
Not sure the details of what he did with the guy that took her. I think he might be in some hot water for what he did to that guy. But that case will probably be thrown out.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
I don't know. You know how it is. People just be dumb.
Don't mess with people's children.
Nope.
Nope.
As a parent, you don't mess with the kids.
Yeah. But yeah.
You that brings out a whole nother level of animalistic instinct.
Oh, yeah, that'll bring out your primal side.
Yep. We were talking about
Subjects as a kid.
tools. Yes.
Yeah, so.
Special interest in fixations.
Yeah.
As a kid, my son would collect Matchbox toys. I may have talked about this before. Matchbox cars.
Yeah.
And he would know which ones he had and which ones he didn't, and he had hundreds of them.
Was that specific Matchbox brand, or did it also include Hot Wheels?
No, it was Hot Wheels. It was. I think it may have started with Matchbox, but transitioned to Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels are
Hot Wheels became the bigger collectible item.
right, and no, he'd know what he had and what he didn't, but he would line them up.
Yeah.
Like, and don't mess with the line, because then the line gets put back, you know, and he'd have them across the floor, you know, where you're going to walk.
Yeah.
And so, you know, clean your room. So up go the cars, and then out come the cars in the line, in the same line they were. You know, fixation.
Yeah.
It's a very common thing.
Yeah,
apparently, to collect and to line up and.
Did he happen to organize by color, by car type, or by some other metric, or did he just have his own kind of way of placing them in order?
I'm sure to him there was a method. I'm not sure what the method, like how his brain was.
I know when I'm like organizing
itemizing
patterns
things.
and stuff, I always have methods to it. And when I was younger, I used to kind of try to have a similar method for everything. But as I get older, you realize, some methods don't work with other things, and you have to like develop different methods for like different things. But yeah, it was mainly a method system for me when I would organize stuff in like lines or like, like put stuff together, like draw pictures or like work. Even today's music, it's like a method, like a lot of different methods going together to make songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something I'm envious and very appreciative of my son is the absence of societal filter
Yeah.
in his creation and development.
Yeah.
Like as a grown adult, there's rules that I've learned,
Yeah.
ways of doing things that I've been taught that that create boundaries, and it's like, oh, I should do this. Well, no, because that's not really the approved way of doing it, or that's going to have a negative consequence to it and things. Whereas my son, he just throws caution to the wind a lot of times, and it's like when he's drawing, it's like and then it's good enough.
Yeah, same as me.
And it looks
man.
fantastic. I'd tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak it.
Yeah, that's the same. That's a lot like me, man. I'm like brutally honest with people. Like I'm not the type to try. Like I won't try to meet a society or like abstract norm unless I absolutely have to. You know what I mean? Like if I have to reach a norm, I'll try to. But in most cases in life, it's kind of like the last episode how which episode was it again? We were talking about how like choosing your battles in life. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like that.
Some battles are just not worth it.
Yeah. But anyway, I was going to go on. So anyway, getting to my special interests and fixations, I was into meteorology a lot as a kid. Then around 10 years old, I started transitioning into wanting to do music.
10 years old?
Yeah, 10 years old.
So it's been 18 years of doing music.
Yeah.
What initially spurred you in your interest towards music, you think?
Well, the original thing when I was 10 years old was when I got into Nickelback. I was a massive Nickelback fan at 10 to 12 years old. I used to listen to like all the albums they had up to that point, which when I was 10 years old, the most newest album they had was called Dark Horse.
You know, a lot of people today would be hesitant to claim that.
I don't know, it's goofy.
Why is that?
Because the Nickelback, there's like this
A lot of like negative hype around Nickelback, and
Yeah.
and they're just like looking down on people who enjoyed Nickelback.
Yeah.
I don't know why that became a social thing, but
I don't either, man.
But it started with Creed, I think, and then Nickelback just kind of took it over from Creed and even elevated it. Do you remember that when Creed was hot, and then all of a sudden, oh, you're weird if you like Creed because they're posers or something?
I'm not sure. I'm not that old.
I still like Creed. My Own Prison was a great album.
Yeah, I love Creed's pretty tight. I like a few songs with him. I like With Arms Wide Open, and I like what's that one other song?
But I did enjoy Nickelback too.
Yeah, I love Nickelback. That was the beginning of me going into music. Was Nickelback. I studied all their albums for all the wrong reasons, Dark Horse, Silver Side Up, all that. It was really dope music to me, and I used to sing for hours to Nickelback, Stain, Seether, just different alternative punk rock and metal music I was listening to as a kid. And I did that till I was about 12 years old, and I got really good at singing too. I sounded like a pitch perfect little kid version of Chad Kroeger mixed with Maynard from Tool.
So what happened at 12?
At 12, I slowly started getting introduced to hip-hop, and my fixation went from rock and metal music to hip-hop music.
So you stopped appreciating one in exchange for the other?
Yeah, pretty much, because you know how, it's not just a kid thing, but it was just like the culture of music back then around 2009, 2010. Back then this whole idea of listening to many different genres back to back wasn't really a thing back then.
Yeah. I think that is common with artists to totally have a fixation, and then at some point it's like that fixation becomes dead to them, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm on to this other thing.
Yeah, And what really like there's two things that there's one thing that got me into liking hip hop and rap, and then one thing that got me actually rapping. The thing that got me liking hip hop, because before this I didn't like hip hop. Like before the age of 12, I hated hip hop. But then I heard these songs by this rapper by this little project called Fort Minor, which was just Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park's little hip hop side project. He released two songs called "Remember the Name" and "Where'd You Go." And those songs I fell in love with. They're the first songs I knew were hip-hop songs, but I liked. Because I also liked the Beastie Boys before that, but I didn't know they were hip-hop because before I was 12, I thought hip-hop was like Lil Wayne, T.I. I didn't know Beastie Boys, Run DMC, all that were also hip-hop. But anyway, so I started getting into it, and then Eminem's the main reason why I started rapping in the first place.
Eminem?
Yeah. I got into, like, it was specifically to his version of Sing for the Moment. Like I remember I was taking these long walks through the neighborhoods for hours with my MP3 on, because I had an MP3, then phones were like, but I would be listening to this song Sing for the Moment, and then when the hook would come on, I would try to drop my own freestyles to that hook. And that was when I was 12, and haven't stopped freestyling since, and here I am now, 16 years later, still doing it.
I think it's cool that your interest has become a career path.
Yeah, it has.
I think that for artists, something that on a talking points, a fixation in a lot of ways can become an ideal career path for artists that think different too.
Yeah, it is, man.
Mainstream.
I think it totally can be. It depends though on who you got around you, I think.
Yeah, that
and
too.
Your social network, your teachers, your peers, your parents, the way they either encourage that or discourage that.
Yes.
I know one big thing when I was growing up, one thing that's dissuaded me a lot of times from pursuing interests is this I view it as an unhealthy idea now, but it's just this idea that was planted in me as a child that you need to be thinking of, well, how are you going to make money doing that?
Yeah.
And that is such a crippling thing to try to enter an art and just have fun with your art and to have that mindset. And so I'm still kind of rebelling against that kind of mindset today with certain projects that I start doing. And then but that mindset creeps in. It's like, why are you doing this? It's not generating monetary value.
And that's the thing about art in general, like any of the performance arts, whether it's music or podcasting or anything, is when you're doing this stuff, you got to really do it because you have a passion in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like if you're looking to be a rapper, like I am, just to get big and rich, like I've seen so many around me.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck. You know what I mean?
But your mentality, you're just setting yourself, I feel like, for mental anguish if that's your expectation.
Yeah. Like, if you're looking just to get rich quick, it'd be better off just, I don't know, playing the stock market or doing some eBay selling stuff. Because that would get you money way faster than trying to be a big, famous rapper.
Right.
I do it because I love it, because it's a part of my fixation. It's who I am. You know what I mean? I do want to make a career out of it, and that's what I'm working towards. But even if it doesn't become a full career, it'll always be a part of me. It's something I do, you know what I mean?
My son, with his YouTube channel, is having to navigate, or he's learning to navigate, the relationship boundaries of commitment to others.
Yeah.
Like, he's at 16 with 450 subscribers. He's already experienced the anguish of having to feed the monster, with content and generate content by, I said I would create content by Friday, and it's Friday already, and I haven't done it. So now I've got all this stress of I said I would, so I got to deliver on something, but I just don't have it, and so he's had to navigate, maturely how to, one, not overcommit.
Set reasonable expectations.
Set reasonable expectations.
And that was a big problem I had in my early years with a lot of my stuff. expectations were always a big problem for me. Cause like I always said, like when I was in school, like 2 episodes ago we were talking about burnout. And one of the reasons why I went through burnout was because of that, like so many expectations placed on me. But what made it worse was not even that those expectations were placed on me, but after I left school, I kept placing my own expectations based off those expectations. It's kind of like a ring of fire thinking in a way if you think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It creates a feedback loop.
Yeah, feedback loop. Yes.
yep. I own my own business, and so I'm my own boss. And I was, sometimes I don't meet my own expectations, and then the boss gets onto me.
You get on to you.
I get onto me, and
Looking-
it came to a head about 6 months ago, and I was just beating myself up all the time because I
Yeah.
wasn't meeting corporate expectations or my idea of,
Yeah.
expectations from having worked in the workforce, as an employee and, for big corporations and,
Yeah.
so what works on paper or what, yes, these goals should be able to be met. Well, if you wake up and you're feeling under the weather, or you're just not feeling it, or you've had, you're feeling sluggish,
Yeah, and that's just the minimum.
Or-
It could be
or
worse.
you've lost direction for a few hours, on paper it's like, okay, you're not being efficient, you're not being
Yeah.
this, but the humanity of it is you're human and you're experiencing
Yeah.
something, and you got to be kind.
Yeah, you gotta be kind. Just like you gotta be kind to others, you also gotta be kind to yourself.
Be kind and show some grace.
Grace, yes. Anyway, let me get this into more motion. Okay, here we are. So basically, to continue on this fixation thing and to kind of go more into it, as much as the fixation thing can be positive, though, as long as it's managed right, if it's not managed right, or if it's like, suppressed in the wrong way, it can also turn out bad. You know what I mean? Like, one of the best examples for me is when I was in a relationship for 7 years, I became absolutely just kind of obsessed with the girl to a point where it kind of blinded me to a lot of things in reality. You know what I mean? It was like a negative, unhealthy obsession.
I've experienced that with a 7-month relationship. I can't speak about a multiple year one, but
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, it was like, that's another thing about autistics because of the fixation thing is like a lot of times they become victims of codependency in a way, where they just like become too dependent on a partner where they lose their ability to be self-sufficient for themselves. It was something I dealt with, you know what I mean? I've seen other autistics too have like negative, like fixations that draw them like down dark paths and stuff where they like do things like join cults or different things like that, because it's like the fixation thing is really a neutral thing if you think about it, just like almost anything in like autism or even regular people are in a way. Like it depends on the environment, how you raise them, what you introduce, you know what I mean? And
on that, I feel like there's especially in the older generations, there's a lot of autistics that didn't know they were autistic.
For sure.
yeah.
And so in growing up, there's still that human universal need for connection
Yeah.
and for community. And I feel like before autism was more out there, you didn't really have a way of describing I can't describe why I'm different. I just know I'm different. And
Yeah.
you're in this mode of trying to seek out those connections and your own community. And yeah, I think it really does potentially open you up to be taken advantage of by different personalities, by
Yeah.
different cult potential mindsets, all in the pursuit of community and feeling like you belong.
Yeah, and it's not just the feeling of belonging either, but it's also kind of the feeling of social justice, because autistic people, especially like me, a lot of people think that we don't have empathy. It's not that we don't have empathy, it's that we don't have cognitive empathy. Cognitive is like the ability to recognize the empathy in other people and like what emotions they're putting out and stuff. But it doesn't mean that an autistic person doesn't feel empathy. They feel it, and a lot of times autistic people feel empathy more really hard because they're sensitive and stuff. But because of the social impairment, they don't know how to correctly communicate that empathy or how to interpret empathetic information coming to them. So without proper training, it becomes a lot easier to, like an untrained autistic person be easier to manipulate, way easier to manipulate than a trained autistic person would probably be a really hard person to manipulate. You know what I mean? It's like a wide contrast there.
Right. Yeah, I think that probably comes down back to the social interaction.
Yeah.
Element of autism.
Yeah.
With my son's interests, his interests, like he is an idea generator.
Yeah.
Like he's probably come up with 20 game ideas, like board game ideas that he's going to take to market, and they're all going to be success and make a lot of money. And mom helped him with one. And his interest in that game after it was made was like 5 minutes. So as parents of a high-functioning artist, he has an idea, and we don't poo-poo the idea.
Yeah.
We don't shoot it down because that can wound a spirit.
Yeah.
So we encourage it, but then we got our foot on the brake.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of times it can be all gas and no brakes.
Yeah.
And as parents, you know, raising a teenager, you know, we want to be encouraging, but at the same time, we know our son, and we know that, you know, we're not going to invest a lot of time or energy or resources into an idea that's only going to be there for 3 minutes.
Yeah, you know, that's another thing, like helping autistic people set realistic expectations, realistic goals, and even with interest, like if they develop a fixation, helping them to guide that fixation to where it's realistic, but also not profitable in money, but you know what I mean, like just, I'm using the term profitable, like it brings something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I think gaming is a big trap for autists. Like I think that there's an element of enjoyment that autists get from it, but I also think that, and correct me if I'm wrong or chime in, but I think that a lot of autistic kids have in their mind, it's like if I play long enough, I'll be making video games.
Yeah, that's goofy. I do. Well, like studies have shown that video games can have some, like in modest doses, can have some benefit to autistic people. Like it helps with their motor skills and logic skills. But in too much doses, like any person, it can be bad.
It also helps socially connect a lot of times, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of people I've connected with online through common interests or through the niche interests, whereas in reality, you know, going to school, growing up and stuff, there wasn't many people that I connected with on that level about things. So I feel like that does help, but I do think it's also it can be a trap, because if they learn that that's the only place that they can feel socially connected, then they withdraw more from the actual physical world.
Yeah, and that's
a dangerous slope, I think, for anyone with any kind of mental difference. Is losing touch with reality even more.
Yeah, that I do agree with. You know what I mean? Like video games in modest doses and the right types of games too are fine, but once you start like getting big MMO games that are online and like you have autistics and others divesting like days into it, it becomes real bad, because video games can really separate, like long-term video games can separate you from reality. They can make like alter your expectations and stuff. And for an autistic person, especially a young one who doesn't know how to set correct expectations, it's big thing. That's why with me, if I were to, like when or if I have kids, one thing I was planning on doing is, for one, not letting them in front of a screen until they're a certain age, and then when they're in front of a screen at a certain age, not letting them on like the internet gaming stuff. Like just maybe getting them a DS or Game Boy and saying you can play this for a certain amount of time, but you also got to go outside and play for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. My my son's handle on YouTube is "Go Play Outside," created by his dad.
I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, y'all, so where are we, Sam?
We were talking about special interests still, I think, and segueing into fixations.
Alrighty.
Because, you know, if a special interest becomes too much of a fixation, it can become damaging.
Yeah, I can.
It can hinder real-world connections.
So in relationships, something that I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable here without giving away too much detail.
Yeah.
But I've been married for 18 years, and you know we're human, right?
Yeah.
But I also have to my wife. My wife would say, "Tim, you got fixations."
Yeah.
But in relationships, I think fixations are hard to navigate.
Oh yeah, they can
Because
be.
they don't, to know is to understand. But like, my wife has like not put boundaries, but she's like, Tim, relax, bro.
Yeah. And they like fixations, like even like anything that comes like that takes away attention from the relationship or too much attention from the relationship can be problematic, because it's like all relationships, especially ones with autistic people involved, require attention, you know what I mean? And a lot of autistics don't like, it's like when they're in relationships, especially me, a lot of the mistakes I made in relationships was, one thing is I'd have one-sided conversations a lot of times about my fixations, or I'd focus too much on like a fixation, not focus enough time on catering to them. You know what I mean? Or sometimes it'd be the opposite. Sometimes they would become the fixation, and I'd lose touch with everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's definitely a navigation of water, but learning how to recognize your emotions, what they're telling you and stuff, learning how to limit what certain things you get fixated on while staying, like, focus on good fixations, it all really helps a lot, you know what I mean? Really.
Mm-hmm. Something that we're constantly teaching our teenager with, as far as navigating relationships, friendships goes, is like he can talk about himself and his own interests, his fixations for hours.
Yeah.
But when you're interacting with somebody else,
Yeah, you gotta give them
you
turns.
can't talk about yourself the whole time. You gotta, you gotta give it room to breathe. And
Yeah, and
like,
even
Josiah, what are your interests?
yeah.
You know, I like to play with Pokemon. What would you like to play with?
I like to rap into microphones over beats.
You know, and so it's I don't know. I feel like we're talking about the same things, but navigating the relationships.
Yeah.
In the context of fixations and things it's got to be cognitive, I think.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, anyway.
Sam, do you have anything else to add?
You have anything else to add, Sam?
Oh, not off the top of my head.
Alrighty. Well, how
You
long?
want to keep going, or you want to wrap it up?
I'm about to wrap it up now. I don't even know how long it's been.
We're about at 43 and a half.
Oh, we'll wrap it. Spend the next 2 minutes wrapping it up then.
Okay.
I was going to say, so what are your plans for the next week, Tim?
The next week is I'm chasing down some new relationships as far as business and things. So it's been really good. I'm looking forward to the new year.
Yeah.
I had a mad hustle at work, getting customers taken care of in time for Christmas. Took a break, and now we're back at it. It's almost tax season.
Yeah.
So I gotta prep prep my business taxes and things. Anything fun happening in my world? Nothing fun at the moment. I'll figure something out.
Yeah, definitely. As for me, this next week's just going to be a lot of album work, trying to get this abstract album done. I'm also going to be starting production of another show next week called The History Machine.
The History Machine?
Yeah, it's not going to be a podcast like this. It's going to be more like kind of a scripted out show, but it's going to be like just different events in history. And they're just random events in history, starting off like either military, technology, music, or whatever point in history. We're going to be doing different episodes and stuff. And next week I start filming that, so we'll see how it goes.
Awesome.
Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed my show, MCJ Rizzism. This is my homeboy, Tim. And we'll see y'all in the next episode of MCJ's Rizzism. Y'all have a blessed week, and peace.
Loud. I'm only trying to let you inside of my brain now. So I am here now. I'm trying to cry out. Autistic individual that's full of pain now. So I am here now. Expressing myself loud. I'm only trying to let you inside of my brain now. So I am here now. I'm trying to cry out. Autistic individual that's full of pain now. Back to my mental universe. Now I'm gonna spit about where it goes really far to Alpha Centauri and Orion stars. Flying in a car, time machine, visiting ancient Rome to sightsee to the norm innovation of I seen like a movie that I like it. The play the Sims and Rise a Nation.